Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Scooby-Doo Stage Fright. Now I just thought that this movie was just pretty average as it sees the Scooby-Doo gang entering a talent show, which yes is pretty funny on paper and actually was pretty funny on screen as well, but I just thought it was a really lacking film. It did have some cool moments, but the mystery and the twists and turns weren't really that great in this movie. There also weren't that many red herrings, as there usually are quite a few in Scooby-Doo movies, and every clue turned out to be true as well. There were a few close calls, but nothing truly terrifying. It fundamentally is just about the Scooby-Doo gang being on a bit of a talent show, which is fine, but like I said before, just wasn't necessarily that groundbreaking for this film. So in terms of the plot of this movie, Fred and Daphne are finalists on a show called Talent Star, and so the gang are all heading towards an opera house in Chicago, which is where the final is being filmed, and they are going there in order to compete. Over there they meet the other finalists, including Christine, who is a bit of a spoiled young brat, who has really mean talent show rep type parents. They also meet a nice violinist girl who wants to use the money from the competition to help save her parents' farm from going into bankruptcy. There's also a magician, a ventriloquist, a group of banned young punk girls, and a reigning supreme champion who is really mean as well. There is also a little bit of a Phantom of the Opera type villain character who wants to cause a lot of terror, seemingly wants Christine to win. He pops up in multiple places, causes a lot of terror for everyone, scares everyone, and really wants to destroy the opera house as well. So from a storyline point of view, whilst the villain is quite interesting, the main plot of the film unfortunately doesn't match up. So from a cast and characters point of view, the cast are pretty decent in this film. So Fred and Daphne are finalists in this talent star competition. They also explore their love story, and they're also trying to work out all of the Phantom of the Opera type mystery. Velma is also solving this mystery alongside them. Scooby and Shaggy are kind of doing that as well, but they're also trying to impress the host of the Talent Star competition so that he can put them forwards to try and win the prize. We then have the other contestants, which I ran through before. They were all relatively interesting, and it was nice to kind of see quite a lot of contestants. I would have liked to have seen more from the ventriloquist and the magician, as they were the two more interesting contestants and they didn't really get that much screen time. We then have the Phantom of the Opera villain, who was interesting. He had really different objectives, multiple different objectives, this Phantom of the Opera guy. And so from a cast and characters point of view, they were relatively interesting. I wouldn't say it's necessarily one of the best casts of a Scooby-Doo film, but they really do work for the Stage Fright movie. So from a visuals point of view, I'd say Stage Fright doesn't necessarily have bad visuals. There's just not that much necessarily happening in this movie. It does have one or two nice chase sequences, but predominantly it's just based on a talent show. And so from a visuals point of view, I'd say Stage Fright is actually pretty basic. So from a comparisons point of view, I'd say Scooby-Doo Stage Fright is watchable, but there are just so many better Scooby-Doo movies out there, such as Zombie Island, such as Abracadabra Doo, such as Camp Scare, even Frank and Creepy. There are so many better Scooby-Doo movie mysteries out there that makes Stage Fright unfortunately not one of the good ones. So overall, I was really hoping that Scooby-Doo Stage Fright would have been a lot better than it was. I'd only recommend watching this if you're a really big Scooby-Doo fan and you want to complete all of the movies and you really want to see all of them, as I was really hoping that this movie would have been a lot better than it was. That being said, the intro to this film is absolutely brilliant. It has a really killer theme song, which is really cool. It's called On the Case, and that is a brilliant way to start this movie off. Unfortunately, after that, I was pretty disappointed, and so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give Scooby-Doo Stage Fright a 3.5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.